right. Well, once again, welcome to the Nadex Application and Strategy Webinar Series. My name is John Skelton. I'm with Apex Investing. Appreciate you joining us tonight. We're going to be talking tonight a little bit about how to get started with day trading. This webinar is going to be a little more geared towards some of you that might be brand new and just kind of digging into trading and what is day trading. But even for you guys that have been trading for a while, it's always good to kind of cover some of these basics and remind yourself of some things to do and not to do. We're going to kind of talk tonight about some do's and don'ts and cover some things about some of the top reasons that new traders fail to help you figure out your path to trading and not go down the wrong path and not do some of those things that plenty of others have learned by their own mistakes. So let's just jump right in here. Let's get our disclosures knocked out. Trading futures, options, or any financial instrument involves risk, may not be suitable for every investor. The information here in this webinar is for educational and informational purposes only and is not an offer or a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any particular financial instrument offered by Nadex. Past performance is not indicative of future results. So speaking of Nadex, if you're brand new, hop on over to nadex.com. You can go through and get some great information here on the different products that Nadex offers. Basically, Nadex offers two different types of products. They offer binary options and they offer spreads. And you can go through each one of these tabs here and get some great information on, what are options, benefit of options, how to trade them, how to place orders, and so on. Okay, and you can go through the same information on spreads here. And I'll show you a little bit later where you can get some more information and education as well. I also want to bring your attention here under trading platforms. Okay, if you go through here and go down to, Nadex offers a, I'm going to show you the platform here in a moment. They also offer a mobile platform. If you go right here to demo trading platform, even if you don't already have a live account with Nadex, you can open up a free demo account. Nadex will give you a $25,000 demo account. All you have to do is fill out this quick information here, select a username, fill out some brief information, and hit Open Demo. Okay, in just a few moments, you'll get an email with a temporary password. You can use your username and password, and you can log right into the demo platform. Once you've done that, if you go up here to My Account, and you can go right here to Settings, and you can go to Password, and you can change your password to whatever you'd like. That way it's easy for you to remember. But it's a great way to get started off and get familiar with the platform, get familiar with the different products that Nadex has to offer with the different binary and spread contracts, entering and exiting orders, testing out any of your strategies or systems, and making sure you get them tested out and get them mastered in demo before you switch over to live. So if you don't have a demo account with Nadex, hop on over and get one of those right now. It's a great free tool to take advantage of and get you going. And we're going to talk quite a bit tonight about demo accounts and using demo accounts and so on. So hop on over there and get one if you don't already have one, and help you get introduced and familiar with Nadex. Like I said, my name is John Skelton. I'm with a company called Apex Investing. Apex is totally separate from Nadex. Nadex is completely separate from Apex. Nadex is an exchange. Apex, we're an online education company. We're an organization of traders helping traders. Okay, we're very education-based. We've got over 20,000 members. We have different strategies and systems and indicators. We focus a lot on risk management and probability trading. But we're traders just like you. We trade Nadex every day in our trade rooms and on our own, and we run these education webinars for Nadex each and every Monday night at 7 p.m. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome, and look forward to seeing you each and every week on Monday evenings. And my name is John Skelton. I've been with Apex for about 3 years now as head of operations. I have a background in being a stockbroker and in a banking background as well. And I'm an educator. We do these education webinars for Nadex, do a lot of education on our site as well. And once again, I'm a trader just like you. I trade Nadex binaries and spreads on a daily basis. And just want to go through and share with you some of the different ways that we take advantage of the cap to risk products with Nadex. And like I said, tonight we're going to be focusing mainly on getting started with day trading. Okay. Mikey says, are these recorded? Yes, Mikey, this is recorded. The webinar is recorded, and it will be up for review here in just a couple days on in the Nadex archives there. So tonight we're going to talk about getting started with day trading, some of the top mistakes for new traders, some tips for long-term trading success, and even how to get started part-time or even with a smaller account. So for those of you that are new and trying to figure out what is this trading thing, what is trading all about? Well, take a look. This is just a basic chart here. All right, as you see these bars on the chart, the market's kind of coming flat here, the market's coming down, it pops up, comes down, pops up. You can see the overall trend here for the day was a downtrend, right? Let's take a look at this chart. Market's coming down, pops back up, kind of levels out, comes on down. That's what trading's all about, right? It's taking advantage of the movement of the market and being able to trade the movement of the market. Okay, here's another chart. You can see the market coming way up, see the market coming way down, market coming up. And that's what trading is all about, right? Buy low, sell high, buy back lower, correct? Same thing here. See the movement of the market coming all the way down. So now the one thing you might not have noticed on these charts here, so I want to show you something. Let's go back up, because most of you would think, especially if you're brand new, okay, well, why did you show all those charts? All those charts look the same. The market's going up, the market's going down. I understand that's what trading is all about. Whatever strategy or system I'm using, whatever charts and indicators I'm using, I want to be able to catch those moves in the market. Well, let's go back up here, okay? Notice on this first chart I showed you here, look right up here. This is a 5-minute chart. What that means is each one of these bars represents another 5 minutes, okay? Check out this next chart. See the bars? Looks the same. The market's moving. These are 60-minute. It's a 60-minute chart, which means each one of these bars represents a new hour, okay? So you're looking at more than one day here on this chart. Check out the next chart. This is a daily chart. Each one of these bars is a whole brand new day. In fact, from here to here is a whole month. Here to here is another whole month. You're looking at over 3 months of market right here. Check out this one. This is a monthly chart. You're looking at a couple of years right here on this chart. So without you noticing this in the beginning, do you see a huge difference in these charts? Or do you just see bars and the market moving and wanting to be able to take advantage of that market moving? A lot of times when people think about trading, you've heard a family member or Uncle John talking about, oh, I bought stock years ago for this price and now the market's moved after all these months and all these years and now it's worth this. You think of something longer term. You might think of something monthly like you see on a chart here. You might think of something daily or hourly, but check out this 5-minute chart, okay? This is taking advantage of the movement of the market throughout the day, okay? So it doesn't matter whether you're trading longer term or shorter term, trading is trading and taking advantage of the movements of the market. But what we're talking about today is day trading. Some people don't understand what is day trading. That's simply what day trading is, just taking advantage of the movement of the market on shorter time periods throughout the day, okay? So shorter term positions rather than longer term positions. You might be trading through the end of the day. You might only be trading, you might be in a position just a few hours or even a few minutes, okay? And some people are full-time or daytime, full-time or part-time day traders. Some people like to, when they day trade, looking for larger trends throughout the day. And some people have different strategies or systems that might be a scalping system. Just depends on what that may be. You might be in a scalp trade, like I said, for just a matter of seconds or a matter of just a few moments. But it's taking advantage of the movements of the market throughout the day on shorter time frames. And there's various different things that you can trade as a day trader. You can trade stocks, but as a day trader of stocks, if you're going to be trading quite a bit and in and out of multiple positions, day trading requirements require a margin of $25,000 in margin just to be able to day trade stocks. If you're trading futures, you can have margins from $500 to $2,500 or even more Okay, it can require a little bit larger of account and possibly a little bit larger risk tolerance. You can have spot Forex that require really large margins and risk tolerance depending on what you're trading. But that's where Nadex presents an amazing opportunity for day traders, especially for someone that is brand new and just getting in, because Nadex does have capture risk products. But also, even with a smaller account, you can open an account with Nadex, a live account, for as little as $100. Okay? And you can trade Nadex binaries. Nadex binaries are a derivative, meaning they're a product that's derived from something else. Okay? Nadex offers binaries on stock indices, commodities, and Forex. All right, certain Forex markets. You trade Nadex spreads, and they're a great way to, we can talk about those a little more, they're a great way to mimic the market and mirror how the market moves, okay, tick for tick, dollar for dollar, as opposed to with very, very little risk, but still with great leverage without having some of the margin requirements of day trading stocks and having to have $25,000 in margin or having to put up quite a bit of margin for spot Forex or futures. And they're much easier for smaller accounts. Okay, so Nadex for day trading, multiple opportunities day and night on their binary products. Nadex offers 5-minute binaries on certain of their Forex pairs, 20-minute binaries on some of the US and Japanese indices, intraday binaries, daily, weekly. There's always plenty of opportunities available. There's always a ton of binaries available. Okay, I mean, we can hop right back over here onto the Nadex site, to the demo site, and for example, if we just go to Forex binaries, all right, we've got 10 different Forex pairs here, and you can go to just about any one of them. For example, if we click the euro dollar, we've got binaries that opened at 6 p.m. and they expire at 8 p.m. We've got some that open at 7 p.m. and expire at 9 p.m. We've got binaries that expire tonight at 11 p.m., overnight at 3 a.m., 7 a.m., 11 a.m., all throughout tonight and throughout the middle of the night and even into tomorrow. Okay, and you can even go down here a little bit further, and there's even 5-minute binaries, okay, on certain Forex pair. Like I said, again, if we pick the euro dollar, we've got binaries right here that expire in 33 seconds, and then at 7:15, new ones will open that expire at 7:20, and every 5 minutes there's new binaries. So there's always a ton of opportunities there, whether you're looking to trade, short-term, immediate trend of the market, or if you're looking to trade longer term and you need certain hours, or even through tomorrow. Okay, and for those of you that are brand new and not exactly sure of the ins and outs of Nadex binaries or ins and outs of Nadex spreads, we're not really covering the what is a binary, what is a spread tonight, but you can hop on to the Nadex site and to the YouTube site and go through the archives there. We've done some very in-depth videos and webinars going step by step through kind of the basics of binaries 101 and spreads 101. So you do have quite a few options there to be trading. All right. The Nadex binaries have one of the things that really sets the Nadex binaries aside is the ability to exit before expiration. Okay, that is very unique to Nadex. You also have the opportunity to trade not just an at-the-money binary, but out of the money, in the money, or at the money binaries. There's quite a few options. All right, and once again, if we look at the site here, just go back to euro dollar, for example, and pull up, I don't know, we can pull up something even tomorrow. You see here there's a huge list of binary options. You're not just stuck with one binary. You've got a ton of different strike prices to choose from here with a very wide, I mean, from what, 1180 all the way down to 0780. I mean, so whatever your strategy or system is, whatever you think the movement of the market was going to be, you've got tons of opportunity and different options there with the Nadex binaries and Nadex spreads. Like I said, Nadex also offers the mobile platform. There's charts, indicators, tons of free education provided by Nadex. With the spreads, same thing, always opportunities there throughout the night and the day, especially when you're looking at the Forex like in the evening. You've got 2-hour spreads, 5-hour spreads, 8.5-hour spreads, daily spreads that go up to over 22 hours. Once again, the ability to exit early, do multiple contracts, choose different spreads with varying floors and ceilings. And once again, if you want to get more information on how to trade binaries or spreads, what are binaries and spreads, feel free to check out those archives and you can go through some of those basics videos. So if you're brand new to trading, brand new to day trading, Nadex presents a ton of opportunities, like I said, on stock indices, commodities, Forex pairs. You've got either binaries or spreads. You've got a ton of different tools there, different products there, different strikes, different contracts to choose from, all with capped risk but great leverage, which makes it a great opportunity for someone brand new to day trading, and especially with someone with smaller accounts. So what we want to talk about is some top mistakes that new traders make. So you know you want to get into trading, you've heard about trading, you've heard about this day trading thing, and you've watched some videos online, or maybe you've seen something on YouTube, and someone has just made it look so easy, just hop in and throw money at something. You don't need to know anything, just press some buttons. But you don't really know where to start. You don't know what to do. And so we've talked about what are some of the different things you can day trade. What are some of the different instruments you can trade? And we've talked about how Nadex presents some great opportunities there. So let's talk about some of the top mistakes new traders make. First and foremost, don't quit your job on day one. All right, we've all seen somebody get into something new and just jump right into it, quit your job on day one, and then you find yourself trading out of need and trading out of desperation, as opposed to trading to trade well. And trading is a career. All right, it can be a lifestyle, it can be your livelihood, it can be a career, and you want to take time to learn trading. Take time to learn your strategies, take time to learn your system. All right, it's a career, it's a way of life, it's not a hobby, something that you're wanting to put your time into, put your hard-earned money into, and be profitable and potentially make a living. Now, a lot of people do get into trading so they can eventually quit their job, yes. But what we're going to focus on a lot tonight here is taking time to invest in yourself and to educate yourself. If you want to make trading a career, you've probably seen things about people talking about how great their trading career is and how much they make. And think about some other top careers. Think about some other careers that, when you think of someone that earns a good salary from their career, what are some of the things that come to mind? Well, doctor, lawyer. Think about how much time doctors and lawyers spend in college. How many years of college, how many years of basics, and then years of college, and then law school, or then grad school, and then years and years. All right, they don't just decide one day, I want to be a lawyer and I'm going to quit my job and be a lawyer tomorrow and make a ton of money. Right? They do put time and effort into that education, and they come out of school with sometimes 5- and 6-figure student loan debt. Right? They invest a lot in themselves. They invest a lot in their career. They invest a lot in their education to have that lifelong career. And I'm not saying that you have to spend tons of money and years to learn trading, but I'm saying don't think that, oh, I watched some video and I think I can do this, let me quit my job and jump right in. Right? Be smart about it. Treat it like a career. Don't treat it like a hobby. Don't treat it like just, gambling in Vegas. All right? You want to treat it like a career. You want to take it seriously, and you want to invest in yourself and invest in education. Don't think about, hey, I've heard about this day trading thing and somebody can go in and get in a trade and they make all this great money in just 10 or 12 minutes. Don't focus on the next 10 or 12 minutes. Focus on the next 10 or 12 months. Where do you want to be in 12 months? Do you still want to be trading? All right, trading is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's long term. Okay, and I know it's easy to get excited about trading and want to jump right in, and that's great. Jump in and learn, jump in and test out strategies and systems in your demo account, but take the time to invest in yourself. Okay, And don't cut corners. Don't just randomly start throwing out trades and pressing buttons. Have a strategy, have a system, okay? Because without a strategy or system and something you're following, you are kind of just shooting in the dark. Make sure you have live charts and data feeds. Don't just find some random online chart or some random online website that's given some type of chart. Have actual real live charts and data feed. Take advantage of your demo account. Don't hop in and just start throwing live money at something then you've spent and lost all of your money that you want to trade with. Use your demo account. Nadex gives that to you for a reason. It's a free $25,000 demo account. Play with it, get familiar with it. Use the demo account to learn your strategy and system and master it. See yourself profitable in demo. Move over to live and start trading. Take advantage of free education, meaning free tools, the free demo site, the free webinars, the free webinar archives. Take advantage of that. And don't cut corners. A quote I heard once that made a lot of sense, especially in the world of trading, is the longest distance to a destination is a shortcut. You think you're going to get there fast, you think you're going to, and you end up with a setback. You don't want one step forward, two steps back. Do it right. Take advantage of the free tools. Make sure to educate yourself and learn a good strategy or system. Okay? Have a long-term goal. Why are you getting into trading? What is it that you want out of trading? Are you doing it to quit your job? Are you doing it to have more time with your family? Is it financial? You just wanting to make extra money? Keep in mind, what is your goal? Why are you into trading? You know, keep that in mind. Make sure that that goal keeps you on your path and that you're thinking long term. Have a good risk management plan. Understand, if you're brand new to trading, you might not understand, well, what is risk management? You know, I have $1,000 in my account, so should I go and risk 800 of it today in one day? Is that good risk management? Or, you know, should I risk a smaller amount? Well, you know, one of the big things I've seen where people don't quite understand is the power of compounding, okay? Let's just say, for example, and this is just one of the things that we teach at Apex. I'm not saying you have to follow this, but we teach the 5% rule, okay? And what that means is I'm not going to risk more than 5% of my account each day. And in fact, whatever that 5% is, I'm going to divide that 5% over 6 different trades. That way I'm not putting the whole 5% on one trade. Okay? I figured out the most I'm going to risk for the day, and I'm spreading that over multiple trades to give myself more opportunities. And some people think, well, that's not a whole lot. What if I have $1,000? What if I have $1,000 in my account and I can only risk 5% a day? Well, not only do we teach risking 5% a day, but also making 5% a day. And then once you're up 5%, stop. Stop trading for the day. Some people say, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why? Keep trading, keep trading. Well, you could keep trading and you could also end up giving it back. But if I've got $1,000 in my account, 5% is what? $50. So if I got $1,000 in my account, and I just started trading, let's say I go and I don't have any risk management. I've got $1,000 in my account, and by the end of the day, I lost 500 of it. I lost half my account in one day. Where do you think my head is going to be? Where do you think I'm mentally and psychologically at in my head? A good place or a bad place? Yeah, probably a bad place, right? I'm kind of freaking out about it. And I'm kind of going into day 2 of trading with like, man, I only got half of my account left. I got to make it back. I got to do something. Am I making good decisions then? Am I making good trades? Do you think I'm really following my strategies and systems there, or am I trading out of need or fear? Or maybe I'm not trading at all because I'm so scared to trade because I lost so much. I didn't have good risk management. But let's say I have $1,000 in my account and I lost 5% for the day. And when I lost 5%, I stopped. So I lost $50. So I had $1,000, now I have $950. Well, I'm not real happy about that, but am I freaking out? Am I feeling like, oh my goodness, I only have one more trading day here? Do I feel like, hey, it was a down day, I've got plenty of opportunities here. I'm not freaking out. It's not messing with my head mentally too bad, is it? I can come back tomorrow and be in a good place. Trading has a lot to do with mentality and psychology. But also, okay, if I got $1,000 in my account and I trade and I'm up 5% for the day, I stop. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means I made 50 bucks for the day. And you're like, well, that doesn't seem real exciting. I hear all these big numbers about trading. Well, why do I want to stop when I'm up 50 bucks? Well, think about this. This is something we teach. It's called the 5% rule. So if I start off with $1,000 in my account and I make 5% each day and then I stop, that means I make 50 bucks a day. 5 trading days a week, about 20 trading days a month. At the end of the month, where am I at? I've doubled my account. I'm now at $2,000. Well, at the second month, I start that 5% over. Now what is 5%? Well, 5% of 2,000 is 100 bucks a day. And I do 5%, 100 bucks a day. By the end of the month, where am I at? I've doubled my account again. I'm at 4,000 in my account. So now 5% is what? 200. You follow that math out, $1,000 turns into $1 million at the end of a year, 12 months. Now, I'm not making you any promises. That's a perfect world scenario. Obviously, you're going to have losing days of 5%. Not every day is going to be a winner. But my point is, like I said earlier, don't think about what am I going to make today. It's where do I want to be down the road. And when I've slowly, steadily run that marathon of trading, not a sprint, and then burn out, but that marathon of each day, just a little bit, that adds up, right? That 5% adds up over time. And that's really the power of trading, is to be able to compound, be able to do multiple contracts. Some of you might say, well, yeah, I go in and, I do some binary and I do one binary contract and, I make 40 bucks on that binary contract. Well, that was nice, but I want more than that. Okay, well, when your account starts to grow, does that mean, oh, well, now I have to do 10 different trades a day? Or, well, instead of one binary contract, I now do 5 of them. So instead of making 30 or 40 on that one trade, I made 150 or 200 on that one trade. I still only did that particular trade or these handful of trades, but I'm able to do more contracts at a time now because my account grows. Next month, maybe I'll do 6 or 7 at a time. A few months from now, maybe I'll do 10 at a time because my account is compounding. And that's what you have to understand, is the power of 5% or whatever percentage you use with your strategy or system adds up over time to give you the availability to do larger number of contracts or more trades. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, trading with risk capital only, meaning don't be trading with this month's mortgage payment or with the kids' college money or the rent money, because once again, are you making good decisions there? Are you going to want to stop when you're up 5%? Are you going to want to stop when you're down 5%? Or are you going to want to take any trade you possibly can to try to get it back? Don't trade out of desperation. Trade with extra risk capital only. And like I said, know when to stop for the day, whether you're up or down. Stick to your plan and take emotions out of it. All right? It's not an emotion. All right? It's a business. It's statistics. It's numbers. Have a plan and stick to it. And make sure that you learn your strategy or system in demo and get it down and be profitable before you jump over to live. Okay? And learn one system or strategy, then add it on. This is a huge mistake. A lot of people come in saying, okay, well, I was told that I needed to educate myself and really learn how to trade, so I'm going to spend the next, however many weeks or months learning every different system on the planet. I'm going to learn all these different systems. Trust me, by the time you get into the 5th or 6th system, you're going to forget the rules from the first one. And you're going to go here and you're going to go there. You're going to be going everywhere. You're going to be running in circles. All right? Your mind's just going to be jumbled around. And you're going to hop into one trade and it happens to lose, and you're like, oh, well, forget that system. Let me go to another system. And you'll happen to catch the loser on that. So you're all over the place, right? Murphy's Law is going to tell you that you're going to catch the losers. You have to find a good system that's got a good risk-reward ratio, good winning percentage, that you understand, that you get it, that you master it. Learn one system. Start with one system and master it. Yeah, I mean, if you need to check out a few different systems to find the one that best fits your needs, your schedule, your personality, your account size, absolutely. But learn one system, master it, start trading it in demo, be profitable in demo, move over to live. Once you're good in live and profitable in live, you want to add on another system, add another one on in demo, master it, move it over to live. Learn one at a time. Yes, down the road you want to have more than one system that you're using, because the market doesn't act the same way every day. Some days are trending days, some days are choppy days, some days are range-bound days, and you want to be able to learn over time to read the markets, understand what type of day it is, and apply the proper strategy or system. If you only know a trending system, then you're not going to have as many trading opportunities on a choppy day or range-bound day. But if you have a different system for each different type of market condition, you can trade that. You want multiple plays in your playbook, but you don't want to start that way. You want to start with one, master it, add on. Okay? We've kind of already talked about this. Lack of education and impatience, just jumping in without training, having poor risk management, trading too soon in live instead of using demo, or being inconsistent, not following the systems. One of the biggest things you can do is luck out. What do I mean by that? I mean, well, I'm trading this strategy or system and the rules are ABC 1, 2, 3. I didn't exactly follow the rules on that last trade, but I lucked out and it won. And guess what? I did it again and it won. You know what? It'll work until it doesn't. All right? Rewarding bad behavior is one of the worst things you could do, because then what'll happen is you'll think, well, man, I'm a trading god. I figured out something new, so I'm going to go all in on this next one. I'm going to go way over my risk management limits because I think I found something that no one else has ever found before. So I'm going to go in and place a bunch of money on this trade because I won the last two. By not following the rules, bam, you lose. Not only did you lose that one, you lost everything you made on those other two. Stick to your rules. Be consistent. And another big thing is not taking every trade, but picking and choosing. Okay, I can't tell you how many times I've heard somebody say, oh man, I have a great system. I found a great system. I've found this system. I pull up my charts. I look back on my charts. I do some back testing, and this system wins 80% of the time. I love this system. And a couple weeks later, they'll tell me, oh, I don't get it. I'm not being profitable. I seem to lose over half of my trades. But when I look back and I study the system, I see an 80% win rate. What's going on? Well, when you backtest a system that has an 80% win rate, that means it has an 80% win rate if you take every single trade setup that there is. But you're not going to sit in front of your computer 24 hours a day and trade, are you? No. But whatever amount of time you do sit down and trade, you have to take every trade that comes up, every entry, or your numbers don't work out. Again, law of averages, Murphy Law. Okay, well, I was trading today for a few hours. There was like 8 trade setups that followed my rules. But I didn't feel good about this one, and I hesitated, and I'm not going to take it. Oh man, I should have taken it. It won. All right, well, I'm going to take the next one. Boom. Oh, that one happened to be a loser for the day. Oh man, now I lost. So I don't want to take the next one because I'm scared to lose again. And oh man, it was a winner. Well, I'm scared to take the next one because, oh man, it was a winner too. Okay, now I got to double up and get in on this next one. Boom, another loser. You'll find that when you're not taking all the trades and following the system, you'll find yourself catching all the losers. You'll find yourself not being able to stick to the probability and the performance that you see during backtesting. Or, there's another big mistake, watching too many instruments at once. Okay, well, I don't want to sit here bored. I want to trade, trade, trade. I want action. So I've kind of learned this strategy or system, and I'm going to watch 10 different charts, and I'm going to take as many trades as I can. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, is that a trade that's setting up on this chart over here? Maybe. No, but it didn't quite set up. Oh, man, look. I just missed trades on these two other charts. Okay, well, let me watch those charts. Maybe another one will come up. Oh, I just missed one over here. Oh, wait, there's one. I'll catch it. Boom, you caught the loser. Boom, oh, here's another one. I'll catch it. Boom, you caught the loser. It's the same concept of not taking every trade. Yes, it's good to watch a couple of different markets because maybe one thing's not moving, right? Like we have a lot of people that trade one indice and one Forex pair and one commodity. That way, hey, if the commodity market's not moving, maybe the Forex market is. You know, I want to look at a couple of different things. But if you find yourself, especially brand new, watching too many charts, you're going to find yourself missing a lot. So don't do that. Or again, jumping between systems. It's the same thing of inconsistency. Okay, I'm watching this one chart. I'm going to stay focused. And okay, here's a trade. Great. Oh man, it just lost. Ugh, I don't like this system. Let me switch over to another system. Okay, now let me try. Oh, that one lost. You're jumping back and forth. You're mixing up rules. You're catching the losers. You've got to be consistent and follow it through. It's statistics. It's probability. It's a numbers game, and you've got to make that numbers game work. You've got to master a system, stay with a system, take all the trades, use good charts, use live data. Don't go off your gut feelings, okay? And I'll show you here towards the end where you can get some free live data and some charts and so on. Don't go with gut feeling. Gut feeling is not a strategy. Gut feeling is not a system. Gut feeling is emotion. And one of the biggest things you want to do with trading is take emotion out of it. Trust me, your emotion's not going to tell you where the market's going. Your emotion's not going to tell you if the market's going up or if the market's going down. Okay? Trade what the chart is telling you to do. Trade what your strategy and system, your charts, your indicators, whatever it is you use, follow that system. Trust your system. Believe in your system. Backtest your system enough to know it and trust it and know that it works. Know that, hey, I'm going to have some winners, I'm going to have some losers, but I backtested this and I know if I just follow the system, I'll get through the losers, the winners will outweigh it, and I'll be profitable in the end. Trust and know your system enough to just follow it through. Don't use emotion, don't use gut feelings, okay? And here's something, this is really important here. Okay, and this is not only important for just newbies, but also for people that have been around a while, is they think they know it all. Yes, I'm telling you, learn a system, learn a strategy, and master it. Okay, but always keep learning, always adding on, always learning more how to read the markets, keeping up with new things, keeping up with the change of time, change of chart, change of technology, change of tools. But people that just think they know it all and they don't improve and don't change with the times will find themselves not in a very good place with their account balance. Okay? And the one biggest thing I can probably tell you, if you're a newbie to trading, is the Holy Grail does not exist. Okay? There is no trading strategy on the planet or in the history of the planet that has a 100% win rate. It does not exist. And I can't tell you how many new traders I've seen that spend months and months buying stuff, watching videos online, learning something new because they can't stand seeing a losing trade. You might have a system that wins 8 trades in a row and then boom, there's a loss. Oh, forget this system. I got to find something else. I got to find this one system that never loses because I don't want to lose. It's not there, okay? It does not exist. Anyone that's been in the world of trading for a while will tell you that. It does not exist. Having losses is part of trading. Just like with any business, it's not just about money coming in. Every business has money that goes out, whether it's for rent or overhead or insurance or payroll or buying a product. It's a business. There's money in and there's money out. How does any business succeed? Well, the money in is more than the money out, right? It's just business, okay? Some of you have heard me talk about years ago I was in the furniture business. Well, and people would come in and buy a mattress or a sofa from me and hand me money. That wasn't all my money to keep. I had to buy that mattress or sofa from a factory. I have to pay for the rent of the building. There's expenses. There's money in and money out. It's that simple, okay? Yeah, John says the Holy Grail is found next to the fountain of youth. Exactly. Anyone found that one yet? No, it's not there. So you have to keep that in mind. It's just simple money in, money out. Losses are part of trading. It's not about did you have a loss, it's about how did you handle that loss? How is it affecting your mentality and your psychology? Did you have good risk management where, yeah, I had a loss, but I'm only risking 5% today, and I spread that 5% over 6 trades. Yeah, I got a loss, but I got 5 more trades to go. Okay, it's about how you handle it. And yes, it's very important to learn your strategy or system, get the rules down, but you want to go deeper than that. You don't want to just know the rules. You want to understand why are the rules there. And that's what I mean when I say, you know, you might have an understanding of the ABCs, but not the 1, 2, 3s. Okay, with this strategy and this chart, when this indicator lines up and this indicator lines up and this one, then I'm supposed to enter a trade. So I've learned that. I see that on my chart, I press enter. That's good. You need to know your rules. You need to stick to your rules. But why? Why are those rules there? What do those indicators do? What are those indicators telling me that the market is doing or the market has done? Why would I enter here? Or learning to read the market conditions of, hey, there is an entry here that technically does line up for a buy or a sell, but the market's already also moved a ton, it's moved a deviation, or there's about some news about to come out, or it's close to a pit closing time. Taking those other factors into account of, yes, I learned my rules and I need to stick to my rules, but I'm also learning the markets in general and knowing that, hey, this technically lines up, but there's a big, huge Fed announcement about to come out. So maybe I shouldn't trade at all right now. Maybe I should wait till that news event comes out, affects the market, and passes. All right, so it's twofold. Yes, taking every trade and sticking to your plan, but also knowing what's going on with the market. Like, don't just look for rules, meaning I just want somebody to tell me how to do it. I don't want to learn to trade. I don't want to learn to read the markets. Just tell me what to do. Okay? That's not a career. That's not taking trading seriously and really jumping in and learning it and educating yourself. We've talked about knowing when to stop for the day. Be willing to take a loss when you're sticking to your system. Don't be greedy. Take your profits. When you're up and you hit your goal, stop. And don't reward bad behavior when you don't follow your system. So again, the biggest thing I can tell you, if you're brand new and starting off, take the time to learn and educate yourself. Think about the next 12 months, not just the next 12 days. Trading is about surviving. Like I said, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Trade with your risk capital, not with your rent money. You don't want to be trading out of need or desperation or gut feelings. You want to follow your system and trade well. And don't trade, this may not make sense, something we say a lot is, don't trade to make money. Trade to trade well. If you trade to trade well and learn the markets and follow your system, the money will come. Learn the strategy or system, learn to read the markets, learn good risk management, good psychological and mental trading management, and the money will come. And socialize. A lot of people say, hey, I want to get into trading because I want to quit my job. I want to work for myself. Absolutely, you can work for yourself and trade, but you don't have to work by yourself. Socialize. Be a part of a group. Be a part of a forum. Socialize with other people that are going through what you're going through. They're dealing with what you're dealing with. They're dealing with the same type of market conditions each day. Learn from others, socialize with others, and ask questions. You don't know what you don't know until somebody tells you, right? Ask questions. Ask for help. Everybody that's in trading and everybody that's a successful trader at some point was brand new. At some point, that successful trader had their first day. That successful trader had their first Nadex webinar. And that person asked questions too. Don't be scared to ask questions. A lot of people say, I don't want to ask questions. I'm new and I don't want to sound dumb. You know what? That's what socializing is all about. That's what these forums areas are all about. That's what, help desks are all about. Is, did you get into trading to look cool or to learn how to trade and make money? All right? Don't let it hold you back from asking a question. Trade journal. I think a trade journal is very, very important. Every day, have a trade journal. Write things down. How did my day go? What did I do right today? What did I do wrong today? I know some traders that journal every single trade. Okay, on that trade, did I win or lose? Did I follow the rules or not? What should I have done different? What could I do better? Analyze the losses. Okay, that was a loss. Why did I just lose that trade? Did I follow the rules? Did I miss something? Let me go back and look. Yeah, I followed all the rules. The market just went the other way. Oh, wait a minute. Did I look at news today? Did I check and see what news announcements were coming out today? Or is it earnings seasons for certain stocks that will affect certain indices? I did follow the rules, but I didn't think outside the box, read the market, check news. Okay, cool. I got to remember that next time. And every day, every trade, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Okay? And that's a great way to be able to help yourself continue to learn and grow. Let me look over a couple of questions here. Let's see here. Nick, no, not today. We're not talking about indicators today. We're just talking about some kind of do's and don'ts and ways to get started here. Vita says, a question about selling binaries. How do I minimize risk when selling above the market since all you make is the amount you sell it for? Well, Vita, that's just going to really depend on your strategy or system that you're using. Okay. Are you using a short-term system? Are you using a longer-term system? If you're using a shorter term, then you probably want a binary that has a closer expiration as opposed to a far-out expiration. Therefore, it doesn't have as much time to go against you. You can look at, do you have a manual stop in place of, okay, well, I'm selling it for 30, but if it goes against me up to 60, I'm going to get out. That's not an easy question to answer as far as how do I minimize my risk on a sell. It again comes down to risk management of, what size is your account, how much are you willing to risk on each trade, and what strategy or system are you using there. Okay. Steve, I'll show you a place you can go and check out a few. Let's see here. Jaron. We just start out with $1,000 the 5% rule that we teach. I mean, I understand that that's not always easy to start off with from day one if you have a smaller account. Okay, I know some traders that take a little time to get there. It's just more of an example and something that we teach ongoing. You know, if you can't start off with 5% and spread that out on between 6 different trades, you know, maybe you start off and spread it between a couple different trades, you know, or maybe, hey, I've only got $1,000 to start with. Well, you know, maybe you kind of treat it like it's, you know, more than that, you know, and until you get to that level, you know. But the point to that is realizing that a smaller percentage risking like that over time builds up, and it doesn't affect you near as bad, you know. Or maybe you look at some, you know, if you have a smaller account, maybe you know, you don't do certain contracts over another. Maybe you're, you know, starting off looking at some lower risk spreads. There's a lot of different options there for you. Okay. John says, example, you put in a sell for 11 tonight. How do you take profit for the max before expiration if price is already below your strike 2 hours before? John, are you asking how do you exit a trade early, or are you asking how do you exit a trade for max profit? Because you're not going to get max profit if you're 2 hours to expiration, and you're probably not going to get max profit if you've got 2 hours to expiration and the market's below. Let's see here. Jason, do you recommend any time frame for new traders? No, it just really depends on your strategy or system there. Okay. Let's see here. William, when can I see this webinar again? William, it should be up on the Nadex archive webinars here in just a couple of days. Okay. Let's see here. But yeah, time of day to trade, you know, it just depends. Are you a full-time trader? Are you part-time? You know, depending on how many, you know, how many hours a day you can trade, and depending on are you full-time or part-time, you know, different markets are moving at different times of the day. You know, it's another thing that I see a lot of newbie traders not fully understand. For example, early, let's say Eastern time, early morning, you know, between, you know, 8 and 9:30, you know, some of the markets open up, commodity markets and gold and oil and silver, and, you know, at 9:30 the indices open up. So when I say the indices, I'm talking about like the U.S. stock indexes, the Dow, the S&P, the Nasdaq, the Russell. And so a lot of times your busier times with the most movement on those particular markets, a lot of times are earlier in the morning, right? Well, what if you're trading at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the evening Eastern time? Do you think there's a ton of movement on the Nasdaq and the S&P? Probably not near as much as when they open, right? But from, say, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the evening, what is open overseas? Well, it's opening market morning for Australia. It's opening market morning for Japan. So you've got those markets. You've got the Forex markets, you know, that, I mean, just on Nadex, look, Aussie yen, Aussie dollar, Euro yen, pound yen, US dollar yen, right? So what do you think would have more movement at 8 o'clock at night? The US dollar and the Canadian dollar, who are basically in the same different time zones there, or the Aussie and the yen pairs? Well, most likely the Aussie and yen pairs, right? What about in the middle of the night at 3 in the morning? Well, you know, Australia and Japan are kind of shutting down there, right? The US markets haven't opened yet, but what is open? Well, it's morning time in Europe, right? Euro, the pound, the DAX. There's always different things to trade, and there's always different markets open at different times, and there's always various different binaries or spreads to choose from. So making the most of the time you have, especially if you are part-time as you're just getting into trading, is a big thing you want to pay attention to. That way, if you're part-time, you only got a couple hours a night or a couple hours a week at night to trade, you want to be sitting down looking at a chart that's not really moving. And then you kind of feel frustrated like, hey, this isn't working. but it's just you're just looking at the wrong thing at the wrong time. Okay, that makes sense? Okay, so making sure that you are trading at the right time of day, looking at the right instruments, know your risk tolerance based on your account size and your experience are very, very important. Okay, so guys, also while we're at it, hop on over and visit us at apexinvesting.com. All right, we have a ton of free education over there, literally hundreds of hours of free education. We've got some step-by-step training courses that I've done over there. I don't mean just a quick webinar, I mean literally with units and modules, step-by-step training course on binaries, on spreads, different strategies, different systems. We have news calendars, we have binary and spread scanners, free deviation levels. We show you over there how to get the free chart platform, free futures data, free Forex data, and when I say it's free, it's all free. All you got to do is hop on over there, get a free username and password, give you full access to all of that information, literally hundreds of hours on spreads, binaries, different strategies, a complete forum. Check that out. Okay, check that out. If you have any questions on any of that, feel free to ask us over there in the help desk. I know a few of you had some questions about you know, some different charting stuff. Just feel free to ask us over there, and we're happy to show you where to go to get that free information. Again, make sure to hop on nadex.com, get that free demo account, take advantage of the free education, the free charting, and you can go through. And some of y'all are asking, hey, what is a binary? We're not covering you know, binaries and spreads tonight as far as the basics of those. We're just covering how to get started day trading. But if you hop over there to apexinvesting.com, Roberto, there's a free step-by-step training course that walks you through exactly from the beginning. What is a binary? How does it work? Starting from start to finish. You can go through that and check all that out. There's tons of great information there. Okay, and again, make sure to hop on over and get that demo account. We also have some free scanners as well that help you, you know, kind of narrow down your different binaries and spreads. A lot of different options out there. There's some filters on the Nadex demo site you might have seen now as well that can help you narrow that down. We have some as well that kind of put all the different options for you all on one page. Hop on over to facebook.com/apexinvesting. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Once you've liked us, make sure to click liked and hit all posts. It'll notify you of any new posts. We post a lot of good stuff on here about any upcoming news, new trading strategies or systems, upcoming webinars. It's a great place to stay up to date there. So check us out there, and I appreciate once again everybody joining us tonight. And like I said, we do these educational webinars for Nadex each and every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So look forward to having you join us next week as well. All right. So thank you very much for your time. Hope everyone has a great evening, and look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you, Phyllis. Appreciate it too. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your questions and feedback. Eric, thank you for that. I'll check that out. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a good one.